Hi everybody, haven't done a dedicated YouTube video in a little while, but we had a lot of success with some Vampire Survivor stuff. We've been doing a ton of different roguelikes, and I wanted to show off a little bit of 20 Minutes Till Dawn, which is a Vampire Survivors roguelike was the way that it was described to me, but I think that it's a little bit different than that. Like, a lot of the gameplay is active shooting, and there's a lot of upgrade trees that are much more like Nova Drift, which I've previously featured on the channel, instead of Vampire Survivors. However, it does have things like the timer and the waves of enemies and everything like that, so it's a bit of a mix of things. Pretty rad little game, and today, I'm gonna try and make it more like Vampire Survivors. So people said that it was like Vampire Survivors, and I'm gonna prove them right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a loadout here that is based around Abby and the Batgun. So you can choose your loadout between any one of these 7 characters and the 7 guns. We're picking Abby because of the right-click ability. So on right-click, you quickly shoot all of your remaining ammo in random directions, and the Batgun normally has a problem of like the fire rate being pretty slow, and the bat's not quite dealing enough damage based on that fire rate to make it worthwhile. The bats, however, are homing bullets, summons, both of them. So they will chase down enemies and bounce off of them, which is pretty incredible when you just randomly shoot in random directions quickly. So you ignore your fire rate a bit, get rid of the downside, and the other downside of this is that it's random, but these home. So we're going to try and negate both of the problems, and then we don't have to aim at all. So it's going to be great. My rune setup, I don't have all of the runes unlocked. These are kind of your meta progression. But I'm going to do power to do extra bullet damage and summon damage. I like courage quite a bit, so that when we reload, we knock enemies back. We have elemental shields that we just gain a little bit more invulnerability, get a regular holy shield here. Growth, same kind of thing, just get extra experience. And we went with cadence, so that every third shot has infinite piercing and double bullet size. So I'm going to try and do some of that. It's not a bad idea to go for something like Aftershock, maybe, because we're going to be trying to do a lot of reloads. But I think that we're going to go down the Electromage path eventually, and our reloads are only going to be relevant early game. And if I can do this correctly, you'll see what I mean. So let's hop on into the game. I'm just going to do a standard Darkness 7. So we're going to go on to the highest difficulty that I've managed to unlock. And normally we'd shoot like this. Not super fast, but... Ooh, and I let one of them hit me. Goofing around too much. I said we can, however, just do that. And absolutely nuke the screen by doing it. Ooh, so here's kind of the first look at some of our upgrades. I'm really trying to buff a lot of summon things, because obviously summons will buff our bullets, because our bullets are summons. But we also need reload speed, and we're going to want to get electricity. We're going to want Electromage, because Electromage has... Ooh, what's it called? Charged, I believe that it is, something like that. And basically every time that you hit with lightning, you have a chance to refill 3 ammo. And eventually that'll just negate our need to actually reload at all, which is pretty incredible. We're going to grab Dragon Egg, I think. Dragon Egg is... This one's interesting. I've tried Dragon Egg Summon a lot, and I think that Dragon Egg is a bit of a trap. It just takes too long to crack. But as the first upgrade, maybe it's worthwhile. The big thing is that we want to try and race down to Dragon Bond, so that our bullets will deal additional damage based on the dragon's damage, and we want Aged Dragon to go with that. Downside is, of course, it makes us vulnerable early because we're not getting any other upgrades. That being said, I think, considering our Tornado Shoot Everything ability here, we'll probably make it out just fine. I've just found that it's a little too slow for what the payoff is. And there's there's not Egged Dragon, Aged Dragon. Mouth. The reason why we want to grab that one is because it will scale with our Bonded Dragon final upgrade and give us more damage on our actual Batgun. The thing that we really care about. So we could just grab Trained Dragon. There's also light weaponry, which I do like quite a bit because it'll let us get extra summon damage on Sharpen. I'm gonna go with Trained Dragon though. Let's just get this bad boy ramping up early. See if we can make that work as part of this build. Ooh, and there's Electromage. So yeah, we're going for Energize. That's what it is. So when lightning strikes an energy, there's a 20% chance of automatically refilling 3 ammo, and that's very strong for us. I'm tempted by light weaponry, have that extra summon damage, but I'm gonna go for Electromage. Let's split things a little bit. Not to mention, we threw out a lot of bullets really quick, thanks to the right-click ability. Ghost Friend. Yeah, we like summon abilities. This game definitely had the early problem of... They patched it a bit where elemental damage and, like, SMGs in particular... for your starting weapon was really busted and very easy to do, so I'm trying to do some different things with it. Let's get a little squeaker in there. Well, this will let us do more lightning damage while our shield is active, which is good. Help us stay energized. I think we'll go with that. I could go for the reloads, but I think that our reloads might be less important than we think. Once I get that energized, things should really pop off. And there's energized. So the plan... 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1... Ooh. And back to 3, and then to 12. Reloaded us on the last possible second. There we go. You can see it kind of bump right back up a couple times. And once we get enough bullets down, which we're going to be doing by doing things like split fire, then we're going to make it so that we just never have to reload, or very rarely. Light weaponry is good. Like we said, that's got the summon damage down the tree. I'm really hoping to find that Bonded Dragon. Get our bullets dealing extra damage. Excuse me, just gonna edge by you here. Summon damage up is pretty good. I think for our tomes, too, we're probably looking for Tome of Summoning. Hey, dragon's out of the oven. So after reloading, we get increased movement speed. That's fine, I suppose. All lightning damage is increased by 12, and area of effect is increased by 75%. I like our summons attacking faster. Our dragon should be real strong, considering how early we got it. So I'm hoping we can build on that. There we go. Max Dragon. I think we're going to be able to just sit in the middle here for a little while. Another thing we can do with this build is Magic Lens, a thing that I don't normally love, but because we're firing in random directions, it should work pretty okay. It also procs off of summons, so we'll see if we can grab that. Oh yeah, we are absolutely melting these waves. There's the Magic Lens. There's also Electrobug. I'm gonna go with Electrobug first because we want more lightning damage. We have that Electro Mastery, but also, of course, Energized counts all of the lightning damage and gives us more chances to just get extra ammo. You can see it keep popping up and up, up and up. Yeah, there we go. Just keep firing. Oh. So good. Don't even have to move. Speaking of having to move, though, this is a boss where we do. Grab that Electro Mastery. And we're just going to wiggle back and forth around this boss charging at us. I hope. See if I'm good enough. Alright. Easy. Wow, honestly, we dealt way more damage to that boss than I thought we would. Tome of Rage. Fire rate and spread. We don't want fire rate because we don't really use it. Honestly, this one might just be a leave. Move speed might be okay. Yeah, I could move speed. It lets us grab more experience anyways. And I don't think we actually need all of our health. The only damage that we've taken so far is early on while I was talking. I really want more projectiles. Magic Lens is great though for our summon abilities. I'm gonna go with the double shot. We really want to show off the ability of Abby to fire out these bats super, super fast. Let me out! There we go. So much experience here. Just need them levels. And Fanfire is interesting, but it only matters on the last ammo, and like I said before, we're kind of getting to the point where we're not going to need to do that. We're going to get so much electricity popping off that our reloads are going to be rare. Power Shot, though. Just extra bullet damage. Really nice. It also leads us down some really cool paths of, like, splintering off our bullets. Which, when we're firing off this many, and they deal this much damage, pretty good. Right now, they're hitting for, it looks like 15? Or are they hitting for 33? I can't even tell. I think that it's just 15 on the main ones. I have so many damage numbers popping off from so many different things. The 33 might be the lightning. I think the bullets are actually just the 50. Only 15 a bullet. This is a bit of an unfortunate choice. We don't want either of these. Fanfire, like we said, doesn't really help us. Getting more pickups is always good. A thing that you might need to know if you're going to take this after playing Vampire Survivors is that there are no power-ups yet in this game. It's early access, much like Vampire Survivors. And it's only $3, much like Vampire Survivors. But it doesn't have pickups. So there's no, like, vacuum orbs or rosaries or anything like that. There's nothing that'll help you besides the actual experience that falls out. And that means... Ooh, Splinter's cool. That means that picking up, like, something that helps you grab the orbs on the ground is better than it would be in Vampire Survivors, because you don't have something that'll just pull all of the ones on screen to you. You always have to actually walk over and pick them up. So your pickup range really does matter in this game. Alright, I think it's time for us to just relax for a minute. There's not enough stuff sitting around for us to pick up and gain a bunch of levels, so we'll just let it build up. I have to move slightly because of these guys shooting at us. Ugh, the worst. Making me use my legs like that. 7, 10, 11, 12. This is what I mean, we never have to reload ever again. I was paying so much attention to the numbers that I wasn't even looking at being shot at. Ooh, summon damage and summon attack speed. There is that magic lens, though. A magic lens. I'm not firing, by the way. This is just the splinters and bounces from these bats still. Bullets to pass through gain extra bounce. Every experience pickup has a 10% chance to refill ammo. That makes us more likely to be just infinitely firing, so I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, I guess we should fire out some shots again. Alright, I think that we broke it. I think that we have found yet another easy mode build. This combo is really disgusting. We're 10 minutes in, and I don't think that we could possibly lose. If we never gained another level, we might still win this run. And I am going to gain some levels. Let's up our summon here. I accidentally walked into an enemy that I thought I was going to hit. Heavy weaponry. So that's an orbital, which is just nice to have. It gets a little bit difficult to see what's going on around you. One of the disadvantages of this game, I think, in comparison to Vampire Survivors, is that it is like binary yes-no, do you get hit, and you get dealt a big chunk of damage. And it's a little bit like Vampire Survivors, it's very busy and hard to see where everything is. We're grabbing Split Shot, that'll fire behind us, and that means that we just add a whole lot of bullets to our build here. For free. Yeah, we'll just wait for a moment again. Now we got the big boys. Game slows down here a little bit because we just don't have as much to combo off of. We normally like more enemies on screen to bounce things off of, gain more lightning hits, stuff like that. Not really jamming all the stuff that I'd like. Suppose we can fanfire. It'll eventually get us the Fusillade, which I think is pretty good for us. More projectiles, real solid. Less damage, but we've got a lot of modifiers that are upping the damage on these two. Plus, Batgun has a decent base damage. Its normal problem is just that it doesn't fire quite enough. Bullet damage, bullet size, fire rate. What's fire rate? Is that the thing that happens when I do the big spinny? anything that has a negative fire rate as a penalty is all upside for us, or very close. Oh. Minor problem there. My game. I bumped the Windows key and actually went out of the game. And yet, somehow, not a problem. Not truly. Double how fast Abby fires, that's going to be a huge advantage for us. And Reaper rounds. I like the bullet damage. That being said, we could just go for more summons. I'm kind of good for that. I do need to be careful now. I had a few distractions here in real life. Got me hit a couple times. So you'll notice another thing that's really funny about Magic Lens. Notice how these keep getting bigger and bigger? That is our ghost firing off bullets. And if we walk with the bullets, we can just, like, drag the Magic Lens over them again and again and again and make them bigger and bigger and bigger and more destructive, which is kind of a wild choice, but makes for some interesting moves. If you are very, very good at it, I'm sure you could do something extremely nonsense. And let's grab Fusillade. There's one thing I like, it's more bats. Bats, bats, we are bats. Have our holy shield back up, so at least we're not in trouble with that anymore. No longer one shot. Wow, the one thing is we are now firing fast enough because of that double fire rate ability that we're actually not able to stay energized. We're gaining a lot of extra bullets, but it just still goes down so fast that we can't keep up with it. So we can grab a bunch of the reload abilities now. I'm gonna just grab the Reaper rounds. How many bullets we're firing, extra bullet damage seems good. Summon damage and summon speed. This one's kind of funny because, of course, our bullets are summons, so I'm not entirely certain how this would affect it. I'd imagine that it goes plus 35, minus 35, but it might take it from the summon damage side of things and make it less of an upgrade than the bullet damage negative is. I'm actually not certain on that one. With that in mind, Quick Hand seems pretty good. I like our extra reload here. Now that we've managed to get a fire rate so fast, and it's not really fire rate, but now that we're able to shoot off fast enough that we do need to reload again. The reload perks are nice. There we go. We've made vampire survivors. I don't ever have to aim, and I don't have to think. We can just sit here. play a Vampire Survivors clone? No, 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 no. I just clone all games into Vampire Survivors, whether they are that or not. This game is quite a bit different. It has a lot of skill shot kind of stuff that Vampire Survivors doesn't. That is a really big difference. It might seem minor, but it is... It's a big difference if you actually play it for a minute. Increase our fire rate. Again, fire rate doesn't actually matter for us. So, Summon Mastery, why not? Oop, and we're about to have a boss. And they did update this boss, so it fires way more often. Okay, we want to stay in bottom corner here. I don't want to get trapped in the, like, small area shut off by that electricity. Oop, I did walk into it. Too busy pointing over. Kinda surprised how long this boss has lasted. There we go. Get better reloads, and we up our maximum ammo, which should let us fire off for a little bit longer, give us more chances for that energize to go off. Summon speed up, reload down. Fire rate down. Yeah, Tome of Power is really nice for us. Again, fire rate's not what we care about. We have a fire rate, but it doesn't count fire rate. Weirdly enough. Heck of a thing. Let's go grab a bunch of levels. Fresh clips, so increase our bullet damage by 50% for 1 second after reloading. Now that we are reloading, not a bad idea. That'll also give us the ultimate reload, which is kill clip, I believe. And essentially that we reload faster for every kill that we get before, like, between reloads. And, we're getting a lot of kills, actually. Mini clip is not what we want. We did do a run based on mini clip, and it's a real blast when you get it going, but this one isn't the one to go for it with. I did put that up on YouTube also, so you can go and check that out. I do like Frost Mage decently. It's fine. I mean, okay, Frost Mage is fantastic, but probably not needed anymore. That being said, I don't know that anything is needed. The one that I really was hoping for was more kill clip, or honestly the Pyro Mage I'd be a bit interested in. Bullet Storm. Extra projectiles, lower fire rate. Oh no. Anyway. Oh, I'm getting into no longer needing to reload again. And there's kill clip. So we increase our reload for 5% for every enemy killed. Which means, considering we haven't had to reload yet, still don't have to reload yet. Okay, now we have to reload. And we reloaded. And we're firing again. Yeah. That was as close to instant as I can imagine it. Yeah, oh my god. Oh, I actually brushed something. Our shield went away. It's a little bit hard to tell. The right move right now is almost certainly to just sit in the middle. But that doesn't give me more experience, so I can get more points. So our reloads are now almost instantaneous. Let's see if I can try and sort it out in this mess. 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, there wasn't even a bar over our head for the reload. On one of the slower reloading guns, too. Ah, here's another one that we were looking for. So for every 5th shot, which you can imagine goes pretty quickly with us firing at double speed, plus, honestly, then we launch a fireball. Means we get a ton of extra shots. Definitely just walk at anything in the game. So when lightning strikes an enemy that's burning, create an explosion. Sounds fantastic. Unnecessary, but fantastic. And if there is something that exemplifies a Vampire Survivors like twin stick shooter style game, it is unnecessary, but fantastic. Oh man, I didn't realize I'd stopped firing. They're still firing now. Oh, there we go. Gotta reload. And reload. Wow, that reload is, like I said, literally instant. I'm holding down right click, we just never stop firing. Sure. We have 30 seconds. We don't need to worry. And even in the final waves, nothing can barely touch the screen. I think we've found a successful build, ladies and gentlemen. We survived. And that's a little bit of Vampire Survivors, and a build that I wanted to test out, which is just a way to break the Batgun, because Batgun has seemed really bad compared to a lot of them, but... And I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like the Batgun, but Batgun Abbey, doing pretty good. Thank you for stopping in. If you liked watching this, those subs mean a lot. Really appreciate having such a great community over all these many years, and I will see you again sometime soon. Maybe with some more roguelikes. I have some videos churning away in my head, some ideas, so I'll try and release some stuff. And, well, keep an eye out for that.